Hey guys, it's me. It's May. Um, I wanted to do something a little bit different since this is the 100th video on my channel, and because you guys suggested that I do this, I'm going to answer a few questions that you guys gave for me to answer. Question number one: when did you first get into art, and how long did it take you to get to the level you're at now? Um, that's kind of hard to say. Um, I honestly got into art like as soon as I could pick up a pencil. As far as digital art, it's only been the last few years since that's basically how long I've had tablets. How long did it take to get me to the level that I'm at now? Not very long actually. I learned by watching, and I actually bought tutorials from MLB on IMView, and I must say they honestly helped a whole lot. Other than that, I find tutorials on DeviantArt and um, Google and everything to make myself better, which helps a lot. But as I said, it doesn't work for everyone because I learn by watching rather than reading the words and trying to figure out what to do. Question two: did you learn all your skills by yourself, or did you have any other kind of help? And what advice would you give to a newbie in art? Um, no, I didn't learn all my skills myself. As I said, I bought tutorials from MLB, and those helped me out immensely. DeviantArt is another place that's really good to find tutorials, but for the most part, like I said, I bought my tutorials from MLB. What other advice would I give a newbie other than keep practicing? Well, keeping in practice is the main one that I focus on. And I know people get mad at me when I say that, but it's true. You can't expect yourself to do amazing on the first try. And if so, well, we all have a little bit of hate for those people, right? But just keep practicing and find new ways to um, well, different techniques would probably help you the most, honestly. Um, never give up is another one. Because, I mean, nobody's great immediately. You have to kind of work into it, and that's pretty much all I have. You can't let other people, dictate what you do. If you like it, but another person doesn't, it kind of only matters what you think about it. I mean, that sounds kind of rude, but it's kind of true. If you don't like your work as an artist, then what's the point? I mean, you should want to do art for your. If you don't like it, you can't really expect other people to like it. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I mean, I know there are artists out there that are really overly critical, myself included, but I think that if you do your best and you try your hardest to, better your techniques and finding new inspiration and everything like that, you can get better, and you will get better. Question three: why do I love art so much? Mainly self-expressive. Mainly. I really enjoy when other people like my work. I mean, it's my job. It's what I do for a living. If you guys don't like it, I mean, I'm not being paid, you know? Um, art has always been self-expression for me, whether it be physical art like drawing or literature or, anything like that. Um, that's why I love it. Where do I get my inspiration from? Um, I get my inspiration from anything really. TV, music. Music is a big one because I usually am listening to something while I'm painting. Pinterest is really good for that, although you can kind of get addicted to it. You can blame Dolly for that, and I'm sure she gladly takes the blame. You can find images on Google. You can find images on Facebook. Um, think of like I don't know, models, fashion. I'm little less with that because I don't care much for fashion, but It helps. It does. Avant-garde is probably one of my favorites as far as that type of fashion is concerned. As I said, I really don't care much for fashion because a lot of that stuff's ugly, but I like odd things. Do I ever get artist block? Not really. I mean, there are some times where I just don't want to paint, which, I mean, happens more often than not. I usually set it aside and work on something else, pretty much, whether it be my story or just watching things on YouTube or reading or, you know, there's a million things you can get inspiration from as long as you don't limit yourself. As soon as you start doing that, and it's just all downhill from there. Where do you get your ideas for your books? Well, to be honest, it's kind of another creative outlet other than painting, because there are just some days where my hand actually it hurts really bad, and that's, I can't hold the pen if it hurts. So I've actually been writing since, well, seriously, since sixth grade. Middle school. Um, but sometimes it's role play, because that's part of the question. Is it the role play or something else? And what would be easier to get a book going, RP based or, well, it kind of depends. Dolly and I have been role playing together for several years now. We have expanded our horizons as far as that's concerned. That kind of helps a little bit. If you do start a story that's based on a role play, you do have to get permission from everyone involved to be able to use characters and such and such. I have a little bit of a leg up on that because I do have permission, and even if I were to use her characters, it would be with permission, of course. Um, I also read a lot, so that kind of helps a little bit. I have extensive libraries, whether it be on my phone or, physical books, which are over here on my left. Um, TV helps somewhat. Video games help a lot. Kind of depends on what you're going for. Um, a lot of things. Like I said, I find inspiration in everything. It's just all in how you use it. How do I create my characters? Now, I can't actually answer this one because that wouldn't be fair to my patrons on Patreon. That is one of the things that I go into great detail about for them. If you really want to know more about that, I do suggest becoming a patron so then it's fair for everyone. But it's a long process that takes a long, long time. A long, long time. But for me, the short version is I always start with a sketch. Mostly because I'm artistic, so why not? I always start with a reference and I kind of go from there as far as the way the character looks and certain traits. But I'm always thinking while I'm painting, and that's true with any piece that I work on. What would be this person's story? What has caused such and such injury, or their expressions, or their clothing, or their accessories, anything like that. That's how I've always worked as far as creating characters, and even more so now that they're actually used for something. Um, what other forms of art do you enjoy besides what you create? That's kind of a hard one to answer. Um, I do enjoy reading, and writing, but of course it's besides what I create. I do like other people's art. I do like seeing other art, especially really good art. Mostly from an artist standpoint. I'm really, really harsh when it comes to looking at other people's art, even professional artists. I don't know. I think that might actually be a weird thing that I do. I don't know. I always think of ways that um, would help me improve my own work as far as looking at other people's work. Is it, regardless of what the image may be, there might be some aspect of it I like, or I think of ways that it could be different, or things like that. Um, but reading has always been important to me. It's, well, one, it's a time killer. Two, it helps with creativity as far as I'm concerned. And it's just fun to kind of fully immerse yourself in another world, other than, reality such as it is. Let's see. What or who is your biggest muse? Well, my biggest muse it would have to be music. I listen to a lot of metal and rock for the most part. Sometimes there's other in there, but for the most part, that's mainly what I listen to. Um, Dolly is one of the big muses I have. Again, also from the role play standpoint and writing standpoint, sometimes from the artist standpoint as well. Um, there was another one. There was actually there's other people that I consider my muse for different reasons. Can't really say names though, because they escape me at this moment. Um, but it's fair to say that I have a lot of muses. One thing you love about your art, the way you guys react to it. Nothing makes me happier than knowing that you guys like what I do. That is very important to me. I kind of hover and, refresh the page a million times after I've posted to, see you guys' reactions and stuff. Because at the end of the day, if I can't make you guys happy, then I'm out of a job. Um, I really like when ideas come together, whether it be from several different refs that I liked and I thought would look interesting together, or overall theme. Um, since there are many themes that I happen to like, other than just strictly gothic themes, I like obviously the creep sexy theme, as that is, the main theme of all of my work. I like military goth, I like steampunk, I like post-apocalyptic, well, that's obvious as, the newest auction I have up. I like, I don't know. I like things that have a mood to them. Like when you look at them and they just inspire a certain feeling, or um, it evokes not necessarily the wow factor, because that kind of varies from person to person, myself included. I like that I'm actually enjoying that I get to draw more. I mean, don't get me wrong, repainting is fun, but sometimes it's just boring. I like being able to draw. I like being able to create pieces from scratch, and kind of watch the old videos and see how they came together and how much I've improved over such and such time. That's mainly the things that I like the most about it. Biggest pet peeve. Oh, we will be here a while. Well, staying on topic, my biggest pet peeve would be people that are undecided about what they want. I'm not a mind reader. I've never claimed to be a mind reader, but it drives me absolutely crazy when you post an order and the person that has ordered from you has no idea what they want. Or they'll tell you that they want artistic freedom, but then they turn around and tell you they want this, or they want this, or they want this after everything's said and done. I hate that. It drives me nuts. Um, I don't like when people inquire about my work and tell me they're going to order and then they don't. They just kind of float away off into the ether. That is kind of annoying to me. Um, let's see. People that order customs and then expect me to give them free work, like they've earned it, or like that, I should give that to them because they are such and such person. Um, People that take advantage of my kindness And I say that in quotations because everyone has a limit, and I have a very short limit, and there's only so often that I'll take it before I just get angry. And of course, by default, Dolly gets angry because I tell Dolly everything. Um, I think that's enough pet peeves, though, or we will be here all night. If I could choose one band to listen to forever, who would it be? Five Finger Death Punch. That is my all-time favorite band, hands down. If I could listen to their music forever, that's who it would be. Favorite drink of all time? Well, that's really hard to answer. Really hard to answer. I'm 25. I've had a lot of drinks, alcoholic and otherwise. That is really hard to answer. Um, I guess coffee. We get a vanilla variety that's really good, but yeah, that's all I have on that. Um, if you could be anyone for a day, who would it be? That's an ambiguous question. There's so many things that are missing in that question. I don't really have an answer for that. I'm kind of happy as myself, I guess. I don't really know what you want me to say there. My favorite author. My favorite author is J.R. Ward, for various reasons. Obviously, because her books are good. I like the tone that she writes in. I like the style. I like, wow, everything about her writing. I like Cressley Cole for the same reason. I like Larissa Ione because she's very her writing style is rather sarcastic, and I try to use that in my own work as far as underlying tone is concerned. Doesn't always work. It's kind of situational, but I really like her work for that reason. One book or series I would recommend. Again, that is a hard question. I would have to say Cressley Cole's Immortals After Dark series. I really like that one. I always look forward to those. I really like J.R. Ward's books. The Black Dagger Brotherhood. I really like those books. Those are among my favorites, but I think Cressley Cole has it this time. And my favorite villain. Well, I like the Joker, but I like Scarecrow more. And there's a long explanation for that, but we'll be here all day, so yeah, I'll just go with Scarecrow as far as that's concerned. I mean, there's a million different names I could have said. Some of them you won't know, some of them you will. But I'm going to just play it safe and say a comic book one, so yep. Besides that, Scarecrow's really creepy looking, so if you didn't see that coming, you don't know me that well. But I do thank you guys for supporting me and my work. I thank you guys for watching my videos, and I do wish there would be more comments, but I mean, you do what you do. I want to thank you for, stopping in and watching the video, and I hope I've answered your questions satisfactorily. If there are any more questions, you can post them in the comment section below, and I will answer them to the best of my knowledge. Thank you.